I want to talk to my family about the great corruption. Down in Christchurch, they were doing a Riker crime of sex trafficking. They've got an industry where they were making these women into fashion and giving them a massive empire of like a money laundering restaurant chain, and then they were basically profiting off my life, but they were giving this kind of like an arena of selling cars, and I was the cheap quality, and they were selling me off, and they were winning women as prizes for sex, and they were winning dreams and all these kind of like, it was a racketeering RICO crime. So behind my back, I want to know why in Australia, when I was doing a business, why on earth would India take me out of my business, and suddenly there's a toxic trio that are going on that are misusing the word mental illness as a form of slavery and institutional and organizational abuse, and constantly talking down to me in front of the whole world, and I'm just exposing a war crime, and I shouldn't have to be insulted or scared to speak up about people mistreating me because they're gaining off my life. I was in Australia and they had an airstrike with India and put me in a toilet and put my mum in a massive celebration where I was left out. In that time, I was doing my own thing. I was doing art, I was making a business, I was fundraising, I was going to places like Global Citizen and Ethical Jobs and Maxima to try and find out what I can do. And I went down to Amnesty down in Collingwood, I think it was, and I was followed by Japanese biker. This motorcycle guy has followed me all over my jobs over 2022, and he was never ever accountable for keeping me kicked out of my jobs with drama. And it's like, this Japanese guy is working with Kylie Langham. So they really have just stolen my life while I was an innocent person, vulnerable, and I'm not seen like that. You're seeing the predators that have all the money and that stalk and prey on innocent, vulnerable people and then put them into these halls where they're selling off vagina for men for prizes. And that's what the kind of lifestyle they put me in, and they've swapped my life and gone and lived an honourable position of doing like UNHCR. This is what I was doing at my mum's house, and I've been discriminated because of the way I look. They just bet the way I look as fat and gross all this time, making it I'm lazy, but I'm actually very sick from immunity problems, and they're trying to make out that I don't get to use my intellectual property, that I'm very mentally ill and I'm trash quality all over the world. And I want to say, well, can you actually look at what I was making in Australia? Why do I have to be trashed? And he's injected more chemicals in me to age me again. And I'm just saying, this has become completely abusive. Like this American culture company, this black culture, and China constantly using parts of my identity and the work skills to erase me as a person. And then the way that they're erasing me is adopting me and then taking credit for all I do, and then having a ship where I got racially segregated, and I already went to asylum about racial segregation. So why has it all been hidden, this Jim Crow movement of racist segregation? And why would a racist like India adopt me if they deem me as racially, you know, that I'm more insignificant than Kiki? This whole situation has been very narcissistic and abusive. Like, they're not letting me be part of society. It's always been about her. For the last 7 years, I have been followed by her and these boys all over Australia, every job position that I go to promote her and promote me as a toilet queen and poppy. And I want to know why. And so I'm an innocent person that got put in these court cases. Everybody else is innocent, but not me. I'm bad because they got my mum saying I'm a bad person, and I want to know where my mum's coming up with that. I want to sue my mum because I think my mum's working with the police, and it's not a fair situation because the police came and got me. Why would India come and get me? I need answers. You don't just die suddenly and have disembowelment, and it's like, By the time I am done with you, nobody will want you. I will break you, my attacker, and that I should have known better, says the brother. And they were all enticing that I should kill myself. They were really loving it. They loved creating this hatred in the community against me. And I'm just saying, for somebody that worked very hard consistently on her certificate to get ahead in life, I sure have a lot of statistics that I don't work, that I don't do anything great in society, and you've used a lot of media to silence me and outcast me. You've also got there's no emotional connection to the abuse and the violence that I've gone through. This shows the streets have gone through all of my connections. No name. This file, it's no name and icon, and they are hacking into all of my devices and taking credit for what I'm doing. This is obstructing me getting my mail. That's my sister's phone number. I cannot access a way to get hold of her. They just put up poo everywhere, so I'm a political prisoner. It's abuse. When I was doing my work in Australia, they were doing this campaign to silence me. So they spent a lot of time making these women beautiful, and I've fought for my right to go to work and have a facelift. And in that time, they've worked overtime to make sure I'm a nobody. So I'm just saying at this point, I tried very hard to get ahead and I got sick from violence, and nobody's accountable, only me. I'm still being scapegoated, I'm still hated, I'm still blamed. You take the Indians did a menu where I'm cheapest quality and I'm not worthy of anybody's friendship. So if I'm that unwanted, why don't you get together and kill me? Because I can't live like this. It's inhumane now, and the humanity needs to wake up. It is inhumane to keep using a battered woman's face all over Disney, to keep using a battered woman's face to make sure Kiki shines as beauty and as the light of this shining world. And it's really abusive that this woman's using me for political status all over the world with masses of my people. So I just got bought out of my own life and killed, and I feel tortured, and I don't get a right. Like, I'm kicked out of all my homes, I'm poisoned in all my homes, and it's not a nice way to live. I don't think that is somebody that's from trash, right? As soon as I did that, India cut me out of being anything to do with creativity and Joker, and said that I'm a communist and injected me with more poisons. And I'm just saying, well, you win, Italy. I'm ugly. I'm worthless now. I had worth here. Like, there was some point of time I was worthy of life, and I was worthy of my citizen rights, and I was worthy of being a human. I was worthy of speaking. I was worthy of communicating. I looked good. You know, for what I'd been through, you just used me for 7 years as a hag, cruelly degrading me when I was so upset about the violence that I'd been through. This is 2022 before the regime started, and it says I'm a very good character. So what happened in that time? They won't let me talk to anybody, and I've got all this hacking from these black diamonds. I've got all this hacking from Poppy Network, from the Lauren and Ramen making me a man of society, and they're using my mum. And basically the streets have got Sam. They're all taking hold of my whole life illegally and putting me in a train that I'm a poo video on this train and outcasting me, and nobody's accountable. This shows my spiritual background. Be grateful for the little things in life and have a clean heart at the end of the day. And I'm still trapped like shit. I'm being disrespected through this blackmail ring. Like, and it just, Narita said, stop harassing your sisters for wearing tinfoil or something. And she said it's for the hairdresser business. And I said, but I need my sister's help. She said, it's just a group of guys being nasty on Netflix. And she said that my fur was being taken for the hairdresser business. And I asked her what that meant. She said it was spiritual. And I've been filmed in my homes day in, day out, monitoring my hygiene, monitoring my daily habits. But I'm wounded and I needed some help to get back up. I don't want a handout. I wanted help to get my rights to go back to work. and they don't let anybody protest. They're just basically saying we're going to kill Jenny as a human sacrifice for Russia and this company in Auckland for Trump. They've all decided a massive network that they're going to kill me legally. And I'm not kidding, this isn't a conspiracy, this is real. They've just decided to kill me on a toilet video in a massive train thing, hating me and making out that I don't have any common sense, and they've all decided to kill me. It's like, they have. It's not a conspiracy, they have. Because you can't politically just stop me getting genocide help when I went to Australia. I've got proof of of a of me making a report, and then they've decided to stop me doing all of my civil rights, making out that my mental health is bad day in, day out, as a use of toxic violence, using your institutional power to violently shut me up and not give me my rights. You're always persecuting me and everything's my fault. But at the end of the day, I just feel like just this whole country being divided with Trump and the Chinese factory, it's not a fair situation at all. I'm the one in the middle, and I don't have my own rights to my own voice, my own things that have happened to me. It was all about them. Like, I was dressing up nicely in Australia before, like, and he just keeps calling me a cleaner, but I've done way more. I've been working in business and all sorts of things, but I'm not allowed to because India just blacklisted me and took away my rights to my family. Dandelions and bumblebees, this shows that they follow me to Melbourne. So their company follows me, like, really predatory, and builds life around me and takes away my right to glory. Like, I looked kind of attractive there, and I was fighting for my civil rights, and they took that away from me. And, this is what they do to my food. They fill it with toxins and chemicals, wastewater, the government. I need to show I'm in significant danger. I've got financial destitution, harassment, physical danger. I've got evidence, but I don't get the humanitarian aid because she's basically saying only Poppy and Kiki have a heart of a face. And all of my hacking always shows Brendan #1, ugly the face, ugly girlfriend, and just blackmailing me with a toilet video. And I'm just saying, why are you all keeping it quiet? I've got proof here that it's Amanda #1, PP, Euro Pride #7, and it's not a fair situation. They get off in all of my emails and all of the Wi-Fi, like, fuck off, get the fuck out of town, hit the road jack, piss off. I'm being talked to horrifically. I came from a world of, like, peace and harmony. I don't know how to deal with it anymore. I'm just being really trapped Jewishly. There's a lot of emails here that I wanted help from international aid. There's a lot of here focused on my goals from psychologists that I'd gone through psychopath abuse, and I'm very needing plastic surgery, and I'm not allowed to. These show that this shows I was coherent in all my jobs in these places to have aptitude tests show that I'm in reality. I'm just being abused out of my rights. This shows a clean room. I think there's quite a lot of clean rooms on here, and I'm still being treated like I'm really dirty no matter where I go. This shows my applications to go to course and school, and they won't let me go to school, and it's a war crime. You can't keep treating people bad and sexually assaulting them and killing hostages. Like, they're killing anyone that wants to help me. This shows that I wanted refugee help and hardship, and it's talking about the toilet cult that I was talking about, and I'm still not helped. I'm still trapped like crap. And I've got a letter 2023 that I was a lovely natured woman and very social and respectful. Why would this person make it up, and now all of these friends saying I'm somebody else? I've got a good character reference looking after children in a very busy household. I was a very busy person. but she has stopped me. She's harassing me and she's a predator of my daily habits. And what I'm asking for is, shouldn't, if you've gone through violence and abuse, have the space to heal your life? She won't give me that space. You can't just keep performing like a trooper if you've been abused. I'm not here to be entertainment 24 hours a day, and it's not a fair situation. And this guy has stolen my whole life. John, he stopped me having the right to have my own choices in life. Basically, it's not a fair situation. And this is a video of the organised crime sending sex tapes with me and him as an old sex. And you know, I've asked all these places for help from dog face abuse. I've had it for years, and I want to know why Popcorn isn't accountable for the persecution and the racism over my face. Because shouldn't he be humiliated because he's using billions of dollars, this Popcorn and his money banks? He's denying me the right to social inclusion, and all he does is bully my face for the last 7 years. He is sacrificing me like a lamb in these rituals, and I'm scapegoated as the evil one, but I'm a survivor of violence that ruined my beauty, and she's never let anyone have sympathy for me. She cries in public and says she's a mum and needs all the sympathy. Poor her and poor Lions. And what about this girl? She never got anyone to cry for her. Look at the state of what this regime has done to this beautiful girl. They have done everything to ruin my life, and I'm asking, because this war continues, I want my right to die. As I look good in Sweden, I just had haggy eyes. But no matter what I do, your violent culture makes me the ugliest anyway. So I had self-esteem, but men treating me like this, the Italian men and the popcorn men of America treating me like this, and basically dragging me around with those 5 Bailey girls, has really devalued me to the point where it's not even worth living anymore with this debt, with this humiliation. And I've just seen that this Riker crime with Poppy means I'll never get justice. I'll never get justice with her. I'll never get justice with Trump or this what's her name? This Kiki. I'll never get my beauty back. That's all I wanted, was to go to work, and they've made the massivest song and dance with all this political assassination. I'm a liar. And I've done years and years of social rights, giving to other people and caring and supporting them, and it's like they said that my family don't want to talk to me because of Indian snakes, and this money was given to me when I was persecuted and homeless by the government because they wanted me to escape this, this sex trafficking group, I think. So I'm just saying I should be an esteemed woman. I've got enough education and everything I work for. They take it off me and take away the esteem, and taking away my esteem needs, and then using real corruption by paying people to write badly about me in a book that I'm rude and disrespectful, so I don't get treated the same way as everybody else. It's illegal what they're doing. They're making me have to live other places. They're bribing people, and people are treating me bad. This Puma's in my accounts, Nadia's in my accounts. Well, it says Nadi's. And it just says that the ramen keeps putting these ticks in my body. And I had it in my tent. It's torture. To keep me ugly, to keep ruining my face again and again is a crime of torture.